All right, hey everybody. I took a COVID test and it was negative, but they're telling me I have to test again today. So I'm going to go in this morning to do that. And I'm not sure how that'll turn out, but I'm hoping to be back tomorrow. If not, I guess we'll go from there. Um, I'm not having huge symptoms, but whatever. It is what it is. So today's assignment is the imperialism map, and the sub should be handing these out to you. And I'm just going to run through the directions really quick. You're going to turn this in by hand, so that'll be pretty straightforward. For anybody that's gone, you'll have to get a copy of the map, and obviously do this on paper. So we can do that when we see you. If you take a look at the directions up at the top, it's called America Becomes a World Power. First step is you're going to probably want to go onto Google and find a world map. And it says to label the things that are in these three boxes. So we have the Pacific, Atlantic Oceans, and the Caribbean Sea. We have then a number of places that were U.S. possessions and or protectorates during this time period. And as you're reading through the chapter in this one, the difference between a possession and a protectorate is kind of technical, but some connections to U.S. imperialism. These are all places that were in some way controlled by the U.S. So Cuba, Guam, Hawaii, the Panama Canal Zone, not all of Panama, just where the canal is. That's what the U.S. controlled. Midway Island, the Philippines, Puerto Rico, Samoa, Wake Island, and Alaska. And then we have three other areas to label as well: Japan, Australia, South America, and the U.S. And here's what I'll say. If you're looking at these islands that are in the Pacific, Guam, Hawaii, Samoa, Wake Island, Midway Island, the best plan, and you'll have this sideways, so it'll hopefully make more sense. But the best plan is to use the longitude and latitude lines to figure out which ones are which. So find a map that has these lines on them, and then that'll help you figure out where they are. So as long as they're close, you'll see the actual dots where the islands are. We just have to figure out which ones are which. Okay. So you're going to label, and then it says for step B, after labeling the map, highlight or color the areas of U.S. influence outside of its borders. So that would be all of the stuff in the middle box. So there should be a box of colored pencils on the front. Pick yellow or a light color and just color in all of these places so you can kind of see where in the world the U.S. had some influence or control. Once you're done labeling and highlighting or coloring in, then you should be able to answer the questions on 1 through 8. Okay, so you'll use your map to actually answer those. So I want to just point out some basic map skills. I pointed out longitude and latitude right here. One of the questions is how far, what did it say? Which possession is furthest from the United States? So if we need to know distance, it says 1 inch is 1,500 miles. So you can kind of measure and see which of these is furthest away from the mainland US. And that'll also help with some of the other questions in terms of miles. So pretty straightforward, pretty easy day. Map day is always kind of light. By filling this in, this will give us a graphic representation of some of the things and places that we're talking about. So we can see kind of the overall stretch of U.S. imperialism. That's all I have. Use your time, be productive, get these done. We can turn them into the sub when we're finished. And that's all I have for you. If you have questions, you can always email me. Otherwise, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good afternoon.